Alright, hello everyone, AdrenaLuke here, and we're doing Daily Race C this time. This is going to be another one of those videos where you can see me driving. I'm starting to like this format of videos, so Daily Race C is going to be at Trail Seaside. This is a track where you have to be very brave because of the Chicane of Death. I don't know how many of you are very familiar with Gran Turismo Sport. Some of my viewers might just enjoy watching these without knowing, of the game that don't play Gran Turismo Sport. So I'll explain to those that don't know about it. It literally is called the Chicane of Death. That's what people nickname it for very good reason. There are two chicanes in this track. The first chicane is not really that big of an issue. The only thing you have to do is to wait until you get about the 50-meter mark, then start to angle the turn in, and just shift extremely early into third when you're leaving it on the exit of that chicane. But the second chicane is where it gets very difficult to get just right, because when you go through the chicane, it's an awkward, very narrow chicane, and they have barriers on both sides, not instead of where the first chicane has a lot of grass or dirt or gravel, whatever it is, on both sides. So if you're even a little bit off on the second chicane, you hit the barriers. And if you're too cautious through it, then you slow down too much. So you have to take a risk. You just have to. If you go too cautious through the Chicane of Death, then your lap time is going to suffer and people are going to start catching up to you, whoever's behind you. So I know I mentioned last time that the top 10 qualifying times are all the Supra on this, and I said that it wasn't going to do the Supra. Well, you probably see on the screen right now, I'm in the Supra, so I lied. I am going to be in the Supra. It took a lot of practice for me to get used to. It seems like this car, like I mentioned in the other video, you have to shift up very early on almost every gear. And I also noticed that exiting the hairpin leading up to the second chicane and exiting the last turn before the last straight, those two turns, it likes to oversteer on the exit. So you have to, of course, be cautious of your throttle and of throttle control, but you also have to under-exaggerate your steering angle a lot with this car compared to other cars. So because it likes to oversteer, I didn't really want to give it a positive brake bias, and since there's a lot of times in the track where there's trail braking required, I was tempted to go towards a negative brake bias, but I ended up just leaving it at 0. So I'm not doing any brake bias this time. Obviously I have traction control off. The only other thing I can say is this is going to be a race where tire wear is on, so I have to keep that in mind. So the race is starting in about 45 seconds here, you guys see, but this is not like my last video. Tire wear is on this one, so your tires will have less grip as you go on, and you do have to make a pit stop. So I'm starting on the mediums, and then I will pit at lap 5, and on lap 5 I'll put on the soft tires. That's going to be my strategy. And that's what it seems like a lot of people are doing. So I'm going to start out with the undercut laps, box lap 5, and put on the softs. So we've got 15 seconds here, so I'm pretty excited. My qualifying time isn't really the best. You can see I'm, beat by my friends up there on the rankings. There's a lot of people that are getting even in the 35 range, which just blows my mind. But I've been landing around anywhere between 5th to 7th place this week in this race, so hopefully the one you're about to see here is going to be good. But regardless of how this race goes, I'm going to post it, regardless of how it goes. So let's see what we got here. My camera's in the way, so I can't tell if I'm in 10th or if I'm in 12th. I guess we'll find out soon. One thing you also got to keep in mind with these kind of races where tire wear is on is that when you're fresh on the tires, like right here on the warm-up even, your tires are going to be cold. They have tire temperature in account too, where in Daily Race B they don't. So you're going to have less grip when the tires are cold, of course, so You know, let's say when I'm on lap 5, even though I'll be on softs, I still got to keep in mind that they're going to be cold. So this is the first chicane. Like I mentioned, you just wait until you get to the 50-meter mark. Definitely going to take it out more aggressively though. I shift up into third before I'm even exiting it. Because if you accelerate from second, you're going to have too much torque and you're going to end up off the track. And these cold tires are definitely shown. And even though this isn't really my best track, it's fun to have a challenge. You know, this is definitely not a car that I'm used to. Oh my god, you guys didn't see that. I had one tire on the rumble strip, uneven track surfaces. One thing you got to keep in mind, if you're not a very experienced driver, a big mistake that a lot of newbie drivers make is you got to be very aware of when you have one tire on the grass or one tire on a rumble strip, whatever it is. If your tires are not on the same surface and they're not both on the even pavement, don't go on the throttle until you're cleared. You have to clear that first, because if they're on uneven surfaces, one of them is going to be getting better grip than the other all of a sudden, and then you're going to end up going sideways like you just saw there. So that's a good little tip for those of you that are kind of beginners. It's go time. So as you can see, I mean, I have to shift up very early. I know a lot of you in the comments might be saying, "Oh, you're shifting way too early." But no, this car, the Supra, you get better acceleration when you shift up very early. There's a lot of dirty air entering that chicane. Yellow already, yellow flag already. Dirty air there, that can be a big issue. Be a big issue on the S-curves. Now they're all going way faster than me. Would have cut that a lot tighter, but there was someone already in the inside. Chicane of death, which I was way too cautious through that time, so I'm going to have to take that a lot more aggressively on these next laps. So he's got a better exit speed than me behind me. So that's what I was mentioning earlier too, is I didn't under-exaggerate the angle of my steering enough exiting that turn. This Supra likes to really oversteer. And it's kind of unpredictable though. It's unpredictable oversteer. A lot of the other cars in this game, they will oversteer, but they'll be a lot more predictable in a sense. Notice how there's people wiping out because they're not, you know, keeping into mind the cold tires. Not going to have as much grip. Had to brake a little bit more than I would just due to the dirty air. That's not good. Why did you brake? Why did you brake? And the chicane of death claims another victim. I'm all the way back to 7th now. Well, why does it back to 7th? Up to 7th. Come on. Ooh, that was close. Break the tab a bit too early there. I was thinking my tires would be more worn by now. Notice how I don't have to brake as much on the entrance of these S-curves now because I don't have the dirty air since there's no drivers in front of me. A little bit faster on that throttle, but you got to be careful on that hairpin. Okay, come on, I can take this more aggressively now. There's no one in front of me. Oh, I hit the wall! God, I hate that chicane. Hate it. Oh, that just lost me so much time. This is what I'm talking about with that death chicane. I hate it. And the oversteer strikes too. Well, this was a rough lap, but it's okay. I'm in 7th. I can work my way up. The goal is to land in the top 5. Can we do that? Just gain 2 more positions. We got a lot of laps to go. Where is my grip gone? Then again, these are the undercut laps. Can't wait to get on the softs after lap 5. Oh yeah, that grip is gone. Hello, P8. Nice of you to join us again. Maybe I should be going a little bit faster here. It's gone. Okay, I had to let off a little. Wouldn't have made it if I didn't let off. Taking that inside over him though. I really don't want to be in a battle right now. It's just gonna hurt us. Dude, we're battling for 7th. Let's just work together. And I went way too cautious in that chicane there too. I think it's the matter of me actually recording myself, because I was way more aggressive through that chicane during my practice race that I did before recording, where I ended up in 5th. I think what it is, you know, I'm still kind of new to the camera capturing me while I race. It's just my 2nd time doing this. So I'm going to have to get more used to almost acting like the camera's not even on and just race how I normally would. And this is the lap where I'm going to pit at the end of it. The grip is absolutely gone. So I lost the position because I'm just not being aggressive enough, especially through that last chicane. And I can be doing way better than this, but I told you guys, regardless of how this race goes, I am gonna upload it, so I'm not a fake. Won't have to let out this time. Still not going. Come on. I wonder if they're on softs. Not letting you get that inside. Okay, I guess he is. He's gonna overshoot. He's gonna overshoot. There we go. Did a little switchback on him. Yeah, he overshooted like crazy. Come on. Ooh, barely made that. See, that's what I've been lacking, is I'm not taking that chicane aggressively enough. And when I get on these softs, you better believe I will. Okay, box this lap. Box. Get on the softs. Fuel is not an issue at all. We don't need any fuel. Not many people are pitting this early though. Well, there are a lot, but not as much as I expected. So that puts us all the way back in 14th. Not for long though. Keeping in mind that the tires are still cold through these S-curves, so have to be careful on that. Fresh new tires aren't going to have the most grip right away until you warm them up. Please don't go slow through the chicane, please. Ooh, that was rough. Surprised there wasn't any contact there. All about angle going through that S-curves. Get the angle just right, you can do full throttle the whole way. That's how you take that chicane. That was good. At least I properly took the chicane one lap so far. I don't know why I've been taking that chicane just way too cautious. Come on, come on. Yes! Look at that. Look at that gap that just opened up there. That chicane can make or break it. It really can. It's like the big determining factor in this track. Okay, and we had another one pitting, and that gained me a position up to 5th. Let's go. Set my goal is to be in the top 5. It's a little rough on the exit there, I had to counter steer. Tires are not liking that. P4's 8 seconds ahead of me. Okay, entering lap 10. I don't think I'm going to close that gap between me and P4, so my main goal here is just to maintain my position and finish in 5th. You have to apply a little bit more brake each lap on these S-curves, entering into them, because of how the tire wear just accumulates over time. Sometimes it can be hard to make the right judgment call. You can either over-brake or under-brake, but it's better to over-brake entering those than to under-brake. Excellent. That was a good one. Yeah, at the beginning of the race, I don't really know why I was being way too cautious with that chicane. Okay, down to the last 2 laps, penultimate lap right here. And again, I don't want to get too aggressive right here because there's still a 5-second gap between me and P4. My main goal right now is just to maintain, finish in the position I'm in right now. So I want to be somewhat aggressive, just not too risky. Confidence is pretty high right now that I can accomplish that goal. I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish in 5th. Hopefully it's not famous last words. Like I said, whatever happens, I'm still going to upload this race. Had a little bit of traction loss there. I hit the wall. Ooh. Gap's closing. traction loss there. Still over a 2-second gap though, that's good, especially entering the last lap. I just want to be in that top 5. That could have been bad. And this grip is gone. Look at that. Oh my God. Had to let off. Had to let off. Ay, ay, ay. Still catching up to P4? How? Did he mess up? Well, now it's going back to the 5-second gap almost. No! Oh my God! I could have been fifth! Ah! And I get a penalty just to top that off. Ah! Man. Oh my God. On the last lap. Well, it happens. The chicane of death. Now you see why it's called that. Oh, last lap. That bumped me down 5 positions. Oh. Man. I thought I was gonna make it until the last second I saw that wall's right there, and I'm like, oh no. Man. I think my tires were so worn on that last lap that I should have just taken that chicane a lot more cautiously. What was I? Oh my God. Wow. Well, alright, I'll save the replay and upload this. Show the whole world what happened to me, I guess. Why not? Man, I was this close! I was that close! I just wanted to be in 5th. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. Oh, and this guy that was in 2nd, I raced against him earlier today. Critty Chris 007. He had a similar situation, actually. So I'm happy for him that he finished 2nd this time, because he actually didn't mess up at the chicane at the last lap. It was the last lap, and he went on the throttle too early, exiting that hairpin before the death chicane, and he lost control and oversteered like crazy and spun, and he was facing the wrong direction on the last lap. So I'm happy for him. I'm really happy to see that he had a good race this time. You know, I'll go ahead and say overall this was a fun race. Stuff like this happens. You just gotta accept it. But I'm pretty upset about that. But yeah, not really the best ending that I was hoping for. But I got claimed by the chicane of death. Oh man, okay. As painful as it is to admit, that's it for the video, guys. Race fast, race clean, and I will see you all in the next video when hopefully I don't have an ending like this again.